Back in the 60s, we thought the future would be wild, but here we are with Wi-Fi and disappointment. Welcome to Creepin' It Real. Thanks for joining. We're going to be talking about the Phantom Planet. This was made back in 1961. It's meant to be in the 1980s.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Fly in the rocket ship of the future, 350,000 miles up. Explore limitless space with the world's greatest astronauts.
Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. We're entering a heavy magnetic field.
Take part in the terrifying search for the Phantom Planet. Battle an army of deadly meteors. See daredevil men repair their ship on the edge of eternity. Vital feed line.
This right here actually did kind of terrify me. I do have a fear of an irrational fear. Like there would be times at night when I'm maybe walking in my backyard or something, or maybe when I'm camping, and I'll just look up into the stars and I will start panicking, freaking out. Like what would happen if like gravity suddenly failed and I just floated away? So it's a real fear for me. Like I said, completely irrational. And we've seen this in multiple other movies, more modern movies, and probably even before this movie. But in the scene right here, this guy, he's trying to help his friend get back into the spaceship because they got hit by a micro meteor. It punctured his oxygen tank, and he's trying to get him back in. And as he's doing that, he gets struck. Well, the other guy's passed out, so he can't help him. And this guy, who literally just saved his friend, throws him in the spaceship, and the door closes. He gets hit by this micro meteor, and he floats off into space. He had no tether to the ship or anything, which seems a little crazy to me, but I don't really know anything about preparing spaceships in the middle of flight or anything like that. But it does seem odd to me. It seems like there would be some kind of a tether there. So he floats off into space, and that genuinely did strike that, terror that is in me. As he floats away, he says a little prayer, and I'm just like, my gosh, that would be one of the worst deaths ever. I mean, he would end up probably, his oxygen would go out first, probably, and then he would just suffocate, or I don't know how long. Then we got dehydration and starvation, but I'm assuming his oxygen would run out before that. But the fear of just floating there in nothingness with nothing but your thoughts, knowing that your death was coming, my gosh, that is terrifying.
Hit. Air cut off.
There we go.
My ship is being drawn toward an asteroid. Instruments completely out of operation. I'm going to try to land. I don't think I'll make it.
See the first man land on the Phantom Planet. See.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's all based off of like atmosphere and so forth. This planet, which, this came out in 61. So if you need me to say spoilers, then spoilers. Their technology is super advanced when it comes to gravity. So they can control where their planet goes based on gravitational pulls and so forth. Also, this atmosphere kind of situation. According to this movie, the Earth's atmosphere is what causes us to be giant in their eyes. So everybody on this planet is like 6 inches tall. So the Earth astronaut lands, he's lightheaded, he tips over, and when he does, his visor pops open, which then exposes him to their atmosphere, and he shrinks. Well, the funny thing is, he has no clothes on, but somehow his underwear shrank with him. So we may not have the technology to control gravity like this place, but we do have the technology to have our underwear grow and shrink with us. So we do have that. We have that to look forward to in the future, which is weird all these like people who are trying to progress our knowledge and our technology. You know, they were watching Star Trek and they were really inspired by that. And they were like, I want to see these kind of inventions in our future. Yeah. And those were the kind of things that propelled them, the tricorders and so forth. We have, you know, each one of us have a cell phone now. So it's a little interesting. Some of that stuff does come to fruition. However, where are the people out there who are like, you know what? I want us to have underwear that can grow and shrink with us. That's what I'm looking for. Who cares about tricorders? Is that what they're even called? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not called tricorders. Gosh dang it. Hang on. Yeah, they are called tricorder. So I really think we need to jump on this technology of expanding and shrinking clothing. So somebody out there who's watching this, please get on that.
A 6-foot man shrink to 6 inches before your very eyes. Introducing Dolores Faith as Zetha, the girl from outer space, whose beauty secrets are wrested from the cosmic rays of the Milky Way.
That was so funny how they dove into her. She's sitting down at night, rubbing on the cosmic rays, working those into her skin.
Cover the atomic mysteries of the universe.
Those are gravity plates that we've had placed here. Their intensity is so high that any object or any person placed on any one of them. This was
the most intense part of the whole movie, and it really wasn't that intense. But this was the highlight of the movie right here.
Would immediately disintegrate. Here, let me show you.
Man on the Phantom Planet.
Like literally, the whole excitement of this, they just gave away in the freaking trailer. This is the big action scene. 2 guys trying to push each other with a stick over gravity plates. It was intense. But in the end, just so you know, mercy wins. But you see these 3 bitches in the back? My gosh. They're yelling, "Kill him! Kill him!" That was...
And at risk instant death for their women. The appalling warfare of other worlds. Sun-blazing Solarites attack.
The greatest danger to
The Solarites. The costume is on par for the movies back in the 60s and 50s. And I'm quite a fan of them, even though they look super goofy. Because to me, it's about ingenuity and about working with what you've got. Somewhat plays into why I'm a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. A lot of their, backgrounds and so forth are just junk. They were just working with trash. The guy went out and bought stuff from Goodwill and threw them together for his puppets. And I love that kind of a thing. Practical effects, you've heard me say it 100 times on Creepin' It Real. I love practical effects. And even though the Solarites look so bad, I still have a real soft spot in my heart for them just because of we have a budget. This is what we have laying around. Let's make ourselves an alien. We're going to call it a Solarite. So let's do this. There is one thing though. Does anybody else, when you finally see the Solarite, does anybody else think of the Pokemon Magmar? Or am I the only one? I need to know. That's my first call to action for this video. When you see the Solarite, if any part of you thinks of Magmar from Pokemon, please leave me a comment because I need to know. I need to know that I'm not the only one. The other weird thing about Magmar with the whole flame thing is the Solarites are all based off of flame. So it seems really weird to me that there is a minor visual similarity. But you guys, you're going to have to wait and see.
this is the high-intensity heat bomb.
Right. They have enough concentrated heat to blow up our planet instantly.
See the Solarite monster break loose.
Come on. You can't tell me nobody out there thinks that slightly resembles Magmar. Come on, somebody, throw me a bone.
Thrill to the awe-inspiring battle for survival.
Activate the gravity curtain.
The fantastic power of the weapons of outer space. Cosmic rays destroying the Solarites.
I don't have much else to say about this movie. Honestly, I think you get the full impact just from watching that trailer. I mean, they gave you the highlights, and there's a lot of exposition that you are missing by not watching the full movie, but you get the main points from that. And I would say if you're interested, I mean, definitely don't not watch the full movie, but you have to be one of those people who enjoys this kind of, the 60s looking to the future. Which that's one thing. It was made in the 60s. They're thinking in the 80s, we're actually going to have a moon base. We're going to be patrolling the space. We're going to be having contact with other civilizations. And what I love about this is there's this band. It does connect, trust me. There's a band called Daniel Amos. I've brought them up before in the past that I really enjoy. And back in the 80s, they had an album called Vox Humana. And there's a song on there called It's the 80s, Where's Our Rocket Packs? So when I was watching this and when I read that it was supposed to be the 80s, I died laughing because I'm still asking that question.
It's the 80s. So where's our rocket packs? It's the 80s. Where's our rocket packs?
40 years later, where's our freaking rocket packs, man? We were promised rocket packs. I want my freaking rocket pack. So there's a bit of enjoyment there. Obviously I was not born in the 60s, but that forward thinking of where we thought we would be in the future, and to be in the future, these people's future, right now, and seeing how far from it we are. Now, granted, there are amazing things that we have progressed in, but we don't have flying cars. We don't have rocket packs. We don't have teleporters. We've got, like I said, we got Wi-Fi and disappointment. That's what the future held for us. And now we're on the edge of the AI boom. And what is that going to lead to? I don't think it's going to lead to moon bases at anything. I'm thinking we're looking at Skynet here. And everybody's just throwing their arms up in the air and being like, well, can't fight the future. Bring on the nuclear bombs dropped by AI. Hooray. Actually, I want to know from you guys, where do you think the future is going to lead? Were you a fan of Star Trek, past sci-fi movies, and there was technology that you looked forward to and you feel somewhat is represented in the things that we have today? Like, there's definitely some past movies that, like television phones. We clearly have that now. But that's not really saving the world. That's not propelling us to better our society. But if there's something that as a child or, even a young adult, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get there. Have you seen that come to fruition? I'd love to hear your comments. That's something that's very interesting to me. I myself have not seen anything that I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this back here. And now we've got it. I mean, cell phones are pretty amazing. I mean, come on. That's pretty amazing stuff when you think about it. But on a whole, of the betterment of humanity, has it really helped us or has it separated us? I think it has separated us, but it is also a pretty freaking cool technology. Back to the Phantom Planet. I did enjoy this. I'm not going to give it a high score because it was very long. it was pretty boring. There was this love triangle thing going on. That whole battle with the pushing each other with sticks was all about girls. This astronaut gets pulled onto this planet. He shrinks. There's some kind of tribunal that occurs. You attacked one of our people, so therefore we're taking you to trial. And he was like, attacked one of your people? You guys ganged up on me. What was I supposed to do? Just let you guys beat the crap out of me? Yeah, I defended myself. And they're like, well, we find you guilty, but we're not going to sentence you into anything, but you have to become one of our people because we can't allow you to go back to Earth and reveal our existence. And this upsets this astronaut. He's like, no, I got to get back to my people. And they're like, look, man, it's not going to happen. But as a consolation prize, I'll let you take one of my daughters. This leader, he's got this hot blonde and he's got this hot brunette. Now, I'm always team brunette, okay? So that's just how it is. And this astronaut is being fawned over by this blonde chick. But this blonde chick is a little like iffy for sure. She definitely has this like side guy type thing. Like, I'll go where the odds look best and whoever can give the most to me. Whereas this brunette, she's just about true love. And you know what? I'll live with you and I will love and I will do life with you, even if peanut butter and jellies are what we have to eat for the rest of our life. But she's mute, so she can't let him know fully how she feels about him. And this blonde chick is all shady and shit. And there's this other guy who likes the blonde chick. And he starts seeing that astronaut man is getting attention from blonde chick. And he's all pissed off. And he challenges them to the stick pushing duel. But like I said, mercy wins out. You know what? Earth, we show what we're made of. We go, you know what? We're not killing you. I don't really like this blonde chick. I'm all about brunettes anyway. And he spares his life. So good for him. Go Earth. Okay? So then they become buddies. And this dude's like, okay, I'm going to help you get back home. Maybe with you gone, maybe blonde chick, who's really a piece of trash, will start loving me. This poor dude doesn't even know what he's getting into. If Earthlings were really that merciful, he would have taken him inside and been like, look, bro, I know you got a little stiffy over this blonde chick, but she's trouble. That would have been a real brotherly thing to do. Or to actually kill him so he didn't have to deal with this blonde chick. Doesn't matter. In the end, that dude gets his blonde chick. We don't know how it works out in the end. I'm sure it's disaster. And brunette, who's mute, gets astronaut man, Earth boy. They don't get to spend their life together. He goes back home. Somehow, she can speak again because Solarite escapes prison. And she is so scared for the well-being of Earth boy that her voice comes back because love and reasons. She's been mute because of some traumatic experience that occurred in her life, but love. So now she can talk again. Long enough just to say, I love you, stay with me, and him be like, sorry, I gotta go home. Besides, we got brunettes there too. It kind of sucks. I'm gonna give this probably a 4 out of 10. I'm Judah. This has been Creepin' It Real. Thanks for watching. Oh, please like, subscribe, and share. If you made it this far, you are a champion. You get a gold star. Leave your comments below. Love to hear from you. See you later.